Okay, so there we go. Right, in this final part, we're just going to look at how Peter had learned the lessons from his failure. So we'll look at just at a couple of verses. First of all, 1 Peter 1 verse 13, and I've changed this to the ESV. I prefer it for this verse. But you can go and look in the NIV version if you wish. It effectively means the same thing. Verse 13 of chapter 1. Therefore, preparing your minds for action and being sober-minded, set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Why did Peter fail? What happened? He said, I'm going to die for you, Jesus. I'll be prepared to die for you. I'll go to prison for you. And then a servant girl asks him, you were with Jesus, weren't you? And he denies it. But imagine the situation. It's very intense. Jesus has been arrested. They know he's going to be killed. Well, there's certainly a sense something really serious is up. And in those sorts of situations, you can give a very quick answer. We've probably all done it ourselves. Told a lie. Missed an opportunity to say something for Jesus. Or maybe even denied Jesus as Peter did. Just quickly, and then after it you think, why did I do that? Why did I do that? You know, because we will, if we're not careful, we live out of the flesh, out of our human nature, which is dominated by a desire for self-preservation. And Peter so quickly gave these answers. I never knew Jesus. No, not me. And we can so quickly tell a lie or deny Jesus. Here Peter says, therefore, prepare your minds for action. And being sober-minded, set your hope fully on the grace that's to be revealed in Jesus Christ. We need to think ahead. We need to set our minds for action. Sometimes we think that being spirit-led is always got, mystical or supernatural experiences. That can be part of it. But there's also we need to be intentional, deliberate, or prepared. And we prepare our minds for action. We resolve in our minds, right, this situation could be difficult. I need to be careful. This is what I need to do. This is why I'm going to stick with Jesus. I'm going to honor the Lord. So he says here, prepare your mind for action. He knew how he had failed. It says, being sober-minded. Then talks about setting your hope fully on the grace that will be brought to us at the revelation of Jesus Christ. Back at the Last Supper, he was setting his hope on the level of his commitment, on the level of his own strength. We need to set our hope on Jesus, on the grace of God. See, the grace of God enables us to do things we would not normally be able to do. Peter thought he could die for Jesus out of his own strength. Jesus knew full well he couldn't. But Jesus also knew that in the end Peter would die for him and bring glory to him. But this would be through the grace of God. So when we embark on anything, our grounds for success, our grounds for hope, are not our strength, but the grace of God in Jesus Christ. Let's just now. So this other verse is in 1 Peter 3 verse 15. But in your hearts honour Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defence to anyone who asks for a reason for the hope that is in you, yet do it with gentleness and respect. And it's the first part there. In your hearts set Christ apart as Lord. That We need to get, it's about being prepared, it's about being ready. We need to remind ourselves daily, maybe hourly. Jesus Christ is Lord. Whatever circumstances or individuals might seem to come against us, whatever temptations there may be, which might tempt us to take what we see as an easier way out. We need to be settled in our hearts. Jesus Christ, you are Lord. You are the one whom I have to answer to. And I'm going to honor you, Jesus. So we need to do this to settle it in our hearts. We need to be deliberate. We need to be intentional. We need to set our minds on Christ, our hearts on Christ. So that's the end of this little 4-part series. I hope it's helpful. The thing is, the key essence is, everything's founded on Jesus. God's acceptance of us, his love for us, his plans for our life are all founded on Jesus. And we need to found our lives on Jesus. Amen.